Hi there, Kasama here, your community realtor. Are you wondering what it would take to get started to buy a home? If that's you, watch this video. So you're thinking about buying a home, but you don't know where to get started. Does that sound familiar? Because it sounds familiar to me. I can tell you that in the past week, I've had these inquiries from prospective buyers who are interested in buying a home. For one reason or another, they had already decided they were going to work with me. So if they approach me and the first thing that they ask is, I want to buy a home and I think we're ready, but what do we have to do first? So I thought I'd do a 3-part video series that breaks it down for you if you're thinking about buying a home, so you know where to get started properly, okay? So we're gonna go in the order that should be done so that it's a healthy home buying process for you. Notice I said healthy because there are just different ways to approach anything, and I truly believe as a real estate agent is to take my client through a healthy way of home buying or home selling process. So it has to go in a certain order, okay? So this week, first part, we're going to talk about step number 1 and what you need to do to get started. As a matter of fact, when I start consultation work with a home buyer, I usually hand them this Homebuying Kit. And in it, there is a flowchart of home buying that I discuss with them that really will help them go through the process and understand more of what it all takes to buy a home. In fact, if you're interested in the home buying flowchart, all you have to do is click the link here to be able to receive a free copy, no obligation from me to you, okay? We will make sure that we get that sent to you. It's the very same version that I would hand out to my client that I work with. Now, the best analogy that I can give you when you are thinking about buying a home is if you were to buy a car, okay? Think about what would be the first thing, the first natural thing that you would do to buy a car. I know that I've done this, so I'm just gonna kind of talk from a personal experience as well. You just kind of get in the car and like, let's go car shopping. So you go drive around and you maybe test drive a few. And you're not even sure what brand you want to get because you haven't done the research yet. But so you spend, a few weekends looking at cars, and then you've decided what kind of car you want, right? So what do? You sit down with the sales representative at the car dealership of your choice, and they start talking to you about the numbers, right? I mean, cars are not free, so you're gonna have to pay for it. They start breaking down the numbers. They run back and forth between, talking to you and the finance manager and run your credit and all that good stuff. And you negotiate, you barter back and forth to see what the monthly has to be if you're bringing any down payment and all of that good stuff. Comes down to the final bottom line number. And the car dealership agent says to you, well, the best that I could do is $500 a month. You look at the number and you go, oh my gosh, I can't afford $500 a month. There's no way. So now what happens? Did you get a car? No. Do you feel happy or are you kind of feeling defeated? Probably not feeling so great right now, right? Because now you got to go back to square one and maybe you start looking at your budget and your finance and what you make, what your spendings are, and what is that gap, that spendable income that you have to be able to buy a car. Now, do you think that what I just described is a healthy process of car buying? I hope you said no, because it didn't have to go that way, right? So what I want to talk to you about is when I am starting the home buying process with a prospective buyer, the first thing I do is not to take them out to show them houses when we have no clue what their affordability is, their purchasing power is, okay? The first thing, guess what I have them do? Oh, wait. Okay, I hope you got it right. I make sure that I introduce them to a trusted lending partner who's experienced, who's going to talk them through the process of, what their income is, what their expenses are, and most importantly, they're going to look at their credit scores. Okay? And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about this in the next part. But what I want to focus on is I will not take a client out to look at any house until I know and the client knows what their maximum purchasing power is. And the only way to do that is for them to have gone through the consultation with an experienced and competent lending partner, typically somebody that I work with that I trust. Because then I know they're going to be in great hands, and the numbers that are given back to me, their pre-approval number, we call it, okay, is actually the number that is going to hold up when we submit an offer and we go through the loan financing process once the escrow process starts. So this is really, really critically important. First step, the most important part of this part 1 video series is we're not looking at houses. We're gonna get your numbers sorted out first. There are 2 pieces to home buying. Okay, there's the logical side of home buying and there's the emotional side of home buying. Logical side has to do with grinding the numbers, crunching the numbers, and knowing exactly what you're approved up to. Then I can take you through the emotional side, which is falling in love with the house, looking for the right layout and number of bedrooms and bathrooms. And we're going to talk about that at the last part, the 3rd part of the series. Okay, so second part of the series next week, we're going to talk about what you need to set aside to be ready to start the home buying process. Your lender is going to go through all this with you as well, but I'm going to give you an umbrella picture of what it's all going to take out of pocket for you to successfully go through the home buying process. Okay? If you're new to my YouTube channel, I put on great real estate educational content on a weekly basis. And if you'd like to continue to receive the videos, all you have to do is click subscribe and the notification button, and you will receive the video automatically. I hope this has been helpful to you. Again, if you'd like to receive the home buying flowchart that I've created here that I normally give to my clients once I start working with them, all you have to do is click the link below to receive the information at no obligation, okay? This is Kasama, your community realtor serving Napa and Solano counties. Thanks for watching.